Quantum mechanics is no longer the stuff of science fiction. We are now building quantum computers and have been for some time. But because this technology is so new and so complicated, very few people know how to use it, which means very few companies are using it. However, as quantum computers become more common, the number of people who know how to program them will increase, which means more and more companies will begin to use them. And when that happens, the world will change in ways we can't even imagine yet. In today's video, we're going to look at just a few of the ways quantum mechanics will revolutionize technology and society forever. Let's get started. Number 1. Quantum computing will make us smarter. One of the most exciting things about quantum computing is what it can do for artificial intelligence. AIs rely on algorithms to process information and make decisions. The more powerful the algorithm, the smarter the AI. Right now, most algorithms are designed for classical computers, which means they can only process information in bits, ones and zeros. However, quantum computers can process information in qubits, which are in a superposition of states, meaning they can be both 0 and 1 at the same time. This gives quantum computers the ability to perform certain calculations much faster than classical computers. And it's this power that will make quantum computing so useful for AIs. By processing information in qubits, AIs will be able to learn and adapt much faster, which means they'll be able to perform tasks that we can only dream of right now. For example, AIs will be able to understand natural language much better, which will allow them to communicate with humans more effectively. They'll also be able to recognize patterns in data much more quickly, which will help them make better decisions. In short, quantum computing will make AIs much smarter and much more useful. 2. Quantum cryptography will make us safer. Another exciting thing about quantum mechanics is what it can do for cryptography. Cryptography is the practice of protecting data by transforming it into a format that only authorized users can access. It's used to keep our data safe from hackers and criminals. Today, most cryptography relies on mathematical algorithms that are very difficult to break. However, with the advent of quantum computing, these algorithms will become much easier to break. That means our data will no longer be safe if we don't find a new way to encrypt it. Luckily, quantum mechanics offers us a new way to encrypt our data using something called quantum key distribution, or QKD. QKD uses the principles of quantum mechanics to encrypt data. It's virtually impossible to hack into a QKD system, which means your data will be extremely safe. QKD has already been deployed in some parts of the world, but it's still not widely used. That's because QKD is very expensive and difficult to implement. However, as quantum computing becomes more common, the price of QKD will go down and it will become easier to implement. When that happens, we'll all be able to use QKD to protect our data. 3. Quantum sensors will make us more aware. Another exciting thing about quantum mechanics is what it can do for sensors. Sensors are used to detect things like temperature, pressure, and movement. Today, most sensors are based on classical physics. However, quantum mechanics offers us the ability to create sensors that are much more accurate. These sensors would be based on the principles of quantum mechanics, which means they would be able to detect things with much more precision. There are already some quantum sensors being developed, such as the superconducting magnetic resonance imaging, or MRI machine. This type of MRI machine uses quantum physics to produce images of the human body with much higher resolution than traditional MRI machines. This means doctors will be able to diagnose diseases earlier and more accurately. There are also quantum sensors being developed for use in self-driving cars. These sensors would use quantum mechanics to detect objects in the car's path with much greater accuracy, which would make the cars safer. In short, quantum mechanics offers us the ability to create sensors that are much more accurate and efficient. And as this technology develops, we'll be able to use these sensors in more and more applications. Quantum mechanics is one of the most exciting areas of science right now, and for good reason. It's a field full of potential, whether it's making us smarter, safer, or more aware. The possibilities are really endless. What do you think? What are some of the other ways that quantum mechanics will change our lives? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out our other videos about quantum mechanics. We have a whole series that you can watch to learn more about this exciting field. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.